Before we begin our show on Chinese family style cooking, I want to introduce my favorite family style cook. She has come all the way from China to join us today, my mom. You know, if you ever wonder why it is that Yan can cook, the lovely lady is the reason. They call her the Juliet Child of China. She has been cooking for me all my life, and today I just want her to sit back and relax while I cook for her. Now, the first dish, what I do is one of her favorite and the greatest hit in her life, the chicken with sausage and mushroom. When I was growing up, she always fixed me. This is very, very easy to do, and also very easy to keep with the leftover. So everybody should learn how to do this. I just want to show you the basic ingredient first because it's very interesting, and all of these can be purchased. Here, this is a Chinese sausage. They always come in pairs, like that. If they come in one, don't buy it. Always make sure come in pairs. Look at that. Then you slice it, okay? And then you have fresh water chestnut. You peel it. After you peel it, you slice it. You use fresh water chestnut, some tiger lily bud, golden lily bud. You soak them in water. And after you soak them, you have to tie them up like this. So when you steam them, when you stir fry, when you put them in soup, they won't fall apart. Okay? You tie them up like this. And of course, besides this, we also have the cloud ear. This is cloud ear. Before the soak, they look like this. They're also called black fungus. And of course, everybody knows this shiitake mushroom. Dry, when it's soaked, they look like this, okay? All we have to do is take all this ingredient and put all this ingredient together. Tiger lily bud, mushroom, water chestnut, and China sausage. And put all of these together. And we don't need the rest because we have plenty. So we don't need that. Now, we set this aside. And the next thing you do is you're going to have some chicken. We're going to have some chicken right here, already cut up into chunks, okay? Put it up into chunks, and depends on how many people you serve. At home, it's just me, my brother, and me. We will serve, this is enough. This is for me, it's my brother, and this is for me. The whole thing is for both of us. And then you marinate it with a tiny bit of wine, rice wine, tiny bit of soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and also a tiny bit of dark soy, okay? Give that rich-looking color. And then also a tiny bit of cornstarch to seal in the juice. And the dish, when it's steamed, they won't be so watery or runny. Chinese white pepper or any white pepper would be fine. I call it Chinese because I bought it in an Asian store. And then some julienne, ginger, okay? And also tiny bit of minced garlic. And of course, tiny bit of sugar, optional. Mix them all up, okay? Now, after you mix them all up, I hope I'm doing exactly what my mother have taught me how to do. Mix them up, let it marinate for a little while, and then you simply put the whole thing in here. If you want, you can also use a tiny bit of green onion, okay? In the last minute. When this is all done, I want to show you how easy it is. When it's all done, all you have to do is move the whole thing right here. Very easy to do. If you want, you can even put a tiny bit of homemade soup stock because you have cornstarch. So when the cornstarch mixed with the homemade soup stock, they create a nice thick sauce, okay? When this is all nice and ready, and you transfer this, and you put this in this bamboo steamer. And you're going to steam this for 18 to 20 minutes over medium high until they're nice and done, okay? And I'm going to move these away because we need a lot of space today. When that is ready, 18 to 20 minutes, 18 minutes, it's done. When it's done, right here. And then you can remove these. We shut this off first, okay? Oh, look at this. Shut this off. Make sure you shut this off and remove these. Very, very hot. Okay? Make sure to remove the whole thing so everybody can see what we're doing here. And then all you have to do is transfer this into a bowl of rice, and you can serve. This is beautiful. Put it right over here, and it's very simple to do. All the Chinese sausage give flavor to our dish. And this is as simple as this, very delicious. Now, our next dish is Mapo tofu, which is supposedly to have been created by an elderly, freckle-faced lady in Sichuan province called Mapo. That's why they call it Mapo tofu. Mapo tofu. And this particular dish is very good because you know why? You use only a tiny bit of meat, a lot of vegetable protein derived from tofu. So that's the reason why I want to show you how easy it is to do this. Here, I have all of these ingredients. I have tofu. I have pork. You can grind the pork, buy lean ground pork, or you can chop it up yourself. And then I have some green onion, some chili pepper, crushed chili pepper, dry, shallot, ginger, and garlic, and some soy sauce and sesame seed oil. And the first thing I'm going to do to show you is let's cut up the tofu like this. Okay, let's put this over here. Let's cut this up like that into little cubes. See that? And then you cut this up into little cubes like this. So far, my mother has been very, very quiet. That means I am doing a reasonably good job. She is so impressed. She is speechless. We'll put it right here. In the meantime, let's get some ground pork. If you have time, you can grind it up yourself. You just chop it up. This is how you do it. We'll save these. Get rid of the fat. Fat is not good for your body and your soul. Remove the fat, okay? And then I cut this up into a thin piece, and then cut it up another thin piece, once again, by parallel cutting technique. And I stack them all up into a little strip. This is how Chinese chefs mince. And then you cut into little cubes, dice, and then you use 2 knives. Look at that. This is how you do it. It doesn't take too long. Chinese ground pork. And it is done. You do not want to chop it too much because you want to create some extra texture. When this is done, you set it aside. You can marinate this. Now you've got to marinate to make the dish look wonderful. So we marinate the pork. Okay, we'll marinate the pork with soy sauce, cornstarch, and a tiny, tiny bit of wine. As I said repeatedly, if you cannot take wine, you don't like wine, don't use wine, okay? Stir this, and the whole thing is almost ready. Now, when this is done, you set it aside, and you are going to cook this famous classical dish. All I have to do is get ready a wok, put a tiny, tiny bit of oil, and garlic and ginger, and then put our pork in. Put the pork in. You can have more pork if you want. If you want to make it nice and hot, make sure you move your wok around as much as possible. I hope through all this smoke and steam, my mother can still see what I'm doing. I'm asking my mother, is that correct? Put a tiny bit of crushed chili, shallot, green onion. Oh, and then when it's almost ready, put the tofu and flavor it a little bit. Homemade soup stock, soy sauce, some dark soy sauce, give a rich color. Wow. If you want, in the last minute, Put a tiny bit of extra wine. My mom is getting excited. Oh, when it's done, the whole thing is done. When this is done, I'll put this back here, and we'll serve these Mapo tofu. Oh, look at this. Nice and hot. Serve 2 dishes at the same time. Now, it is time to let the catfish out of the bag. I'm going to show you another very traditional Chinese family dish called the pan-fried catfish with black vinegar sauce. You can use any vinegar. I just use a Chinese-style vinegar. And here is the fish fillet. You can use catfish. You can use any white fish. You can use red snapper, cod, or you can even use halibut. It doesn't make any difference, okay? And all you have to do is sprinkle a tiny, tiny bit of white pepper and a tiny bit of salt. I use chopstick to do everything, including this, and it drives me nuts. It's very hard to teach people to pick up salt with chopsticks. Don't do it. And then all I have to do, sprinkle a tiny bit of cornstarch. Sprinkle a tiny bit of cornstarch, okay, on both sides, because I'm going to put this is Chinese chive, okay? We don't need the Chinese chive. And then I put it in beaten whole egg, okay? This way, I can once again put it over here and coat it. Look at that. I coat the whole thing so it looks like this, okay? And then I do it one more time. This way, we have 2 pieces of fish. One here, one here. And these are very easy to do. Everybody can do it. And this is the same thing you can do with a lot of things. Let's move all these away. We don't need this. And then, of course, you got to wash your hand. And then, the next thing I want to do is, because the plate is not that big, so I'm going to cut this and cut this and cut this and cut this, trim this and set it aside and save it for another dish. Now, we are ready to pan fry it right here. When this is a fish pan, look at that. So you can do 2 fish and put a teeny tiny bit of oil, not much. Move them around. I always move things around. And make sure this is also right here. Look at that. Put this right here. Put this right here. And then you can brown this. When you have a wonderful, show you another cleaning technique. Everybody look, okay? You see this? I have some flour and things. It's very hard and messy to do it. So you use the tip of your knife. Look at that. Everybody look. You go like this. 1, see this? 2, 3. This is how you clean up the whole thing. And it's very easy to do. Look at that. You just clean it up and the whole thing is clean in no time. This is how easy it is to clean. Now, of course, once again, you can actually turn this with your chopstick. Now, I don't know about you. A lot of the time, in ancient China, there's a very interesting custom. If a childless couple could actually change their luck by stealing a pair of chopsticks from a couple with lots of children. And for twins, you have to steal 2 pairs of chopsticks. And if you want to have a big family, you steal 2 forks, a spatula, and a set of bamboo skimmer, and all the chopstick you see in sight. Then you're going to have big families, okay? Make sure to turn them and have some wine, okay? Oh. Stovetop barbecue. Make sure. Now, fish has a lot of significant meaning in China. I don't know, you probably don't know. In a Chinese banquet or around Chinese New Year, they always serve fish because the word fish is the same sound as abundance, yu. That means if you serve fish in a special occasion, that means you are serving abundance of happiness, good health, and good fortune. That's why fish is always served. While I'm browning this, I'm going to make a black vinegar sauce. All we have to do is put a tiny, tiny bit of oil here, put a tiny bit of garlic and ginger, okay? And make sure you do not burn yourself. Make sure you have clean towel. And then put a tiny bit of chili sauce. Oh, this is what it will give you a perm for 4 months. And then black vinegar. Black vinegar. You can use Jingjiang vinegar, soy sauce, and a tiny bit of wine. And of course, a tiny bit of pepper and salt and sugar. And then you can thicken this whole thing up. Okay? Tiny bit of this up. If you want to make a little bit heavier or more sauce, all you have to do is use a tiny bit of extra chicken broth. And I'm going to turn it on so everybody can see they are thickened. And when they are thickened, we are going to get ready to serve. Fish served with a fish plate, twin fish plate, okay? And to make it more exciting, you need somebody know what to do with, oh, the sauce is ready. We need to go with a fisherman. Look at that. Unbelievably exciting. And then you put the fish right in here. And you put the fish, you brown it on both sides, right in here. And make sure the sauce is perfect. Put it right in the middle. Beautiful sauce. And of course, after that, you say goodbye to the fisherman. Because the fisherman is going to get another fish sprinkled with a tiny bit of extra green onion. You know what you have? You have a beautiful pan-fried fish. Do you know that tapioca is probably the most popular dessert ingredient in Asia, all over Asia? In our family, we used to top it with fresh mango and coconut. When I was a little baby, I loved the stuff. Mango with coconut with tapioca pudding, and I love this. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever seen this. You have heard of tapioca starch. This is the pearl of tapioca. They are big pearl, like this. And they are small pearl, like this. All you have to do is put it in water and let it soak for about 30 minutes until they soften. And then you put in boiling water and you cook it for about 10 minutes until they're translucent. And the next thing when you do is you boil it, okay? You boil it with some sugar, evaporated milk or condensed milk, and a tiny bit of coconut milk, and let it cook over low heat. And you come with this nice, interesting, translucent consistency, like this pudding, tapioca pudding, very popular. And I want to show you how easy it is to get everything ready. And then, of course, without mango, you cannot have mango pudding with tapioca. So you got to have mango. You see, we'll cut, I'll show you this. And I also will show you this. We'll peel this with my paring knife. And I learned this from my mother. I always remember all the things that I learned from my mother. You see, set it aside. And then you cut this up, because I'm going to show you how to dice mango very simply. Okay? When this is nice and ready, we set this aside, and we will cut this up, and we'll go like that. And then we will dice this. Look at this. Dice mango. Very easy to do. All dice. We set this aside. We'll put it right here. Okay? And then, if you love mango, you have leftover mango, all you have to do is go like this. You cut an angle like this. 1, you see this? 2, 3. You cut it at an angle like this, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Do not cut through the skin. And then after you're done, you open it up like that. You see this? Then you can eat mango very easily, okay? Very easy. And then I'm going to show you how easy it is to assemble this. I put some extra warm coconut milk right here, and I put some puree mango right here. Puree mango to get a very nice, interesting color. And then, after this is done, you will put everything right here. Okay? Very easy to do. And then, you sprinkle some extra mango right on top. And if you want, you can do a tiny, tiny bit of mint and then serve with extra mango. Now, I need somebody to share this with. After all, it takes 2 to mango. I know this is the perfect time to bring on my second family surprise, the latest addition to the family of Yan, my new twins, Colin and Devin, right here. Devin, 笑笑地, Colin, 笑笑地, smile, okay, in front of all of these millions of people. You know that this is how I rock them to sleep. And I call this a walker. Which one is which? Will Colin raise his hand? How about Devin? Colin, 笑笑地啊，笑笑地，笑笑地啊，笑笑地，笑笑地. That means smile. Don't get excited, smile. 笑笑地. And you know what? Every day I feed them a special Chinese diet. Hot and sour soup, pot sticker. It's amazing. And in fact, they love pudding, just like I do when I was a little kid. This is for you. So good, they said, wow. You like that? Ooh, they said it's so good, I cannot believe it. This is so wonderful. Everybody knows that now these 2 little twins are getting on a wonderful Chinese diet. In fact, I am taking them into work. They are quick walkers. They're going to start to walk. And this is the wonderful addition, Colin and Devin. Oh, Devin and Colin. I have no idea. Well, I hope you have enjoyed meeting my family and sharing some of our favorite dishes. Till next time, remember, if Yan can cook, so can you. 再见。